Hello, NeXT community. So I wanted to kind of start out with what I'm dealing with today. It's kind of fun and kind of funny at the same time. So I've got this rollable cart, and the way they've designed these shelves, I think we kind of have a way figured out, right, to keep these things in place. But they really don't have a very effective way of hinging things in and attaching them well. So I think we'd figured out a way to do Velcro. And I had assumed Tom had gone through and done all the shelves, well, as you can see down there. So what happens is you barely bump the thing, and it's kind of like a domino effect. So you wind up with all your little pieces and parts all over the floor. Has nothing to do with Tom or me, but the initial design of this thing. It's a great design overall, except why did the engineers simply figure out a way to make it easy to attach these shelves so that if you just barely bump them, they don't collapse everywhere? Okay, which can be really annoying if you're, say, looking for a bunch of screws and you wind up knocking 500 of them all over the floor like I just did. But fortunately, I have a secret weapon. Jason, I am getting your order together, and that's why I have this little bag. I wasn't sure which size screws. For anyone looking for screws, the place to go is Ace Hardware. They have thousands of different screws, and you can take your screws or washers or nuts in there, and no doubt they'll match them up. So we all have these little collections of screws and nuts and washers, many projects on deck, and Bella's going to assist us by meowing obsessively, and we don't know what about. Of course, I'm still dealing with this hip surgery. Oh, man. Okay. So, oh, God. Which is scheduled for the 29th. I went through the pre-op the other day. Gosh, dang it. So everything's like a physics project, and it's going to slide and slot and just like, chaos, I tell you. I don't bring it upon myself. It just happens, man. This is what goes on when you're trying to do well. Okay. So let's stack things so it's not complete idiot stacking. All right. So, got a ton of stuff in, including, I thought you guys would get a kick out of this, you cube dimension owners. So, if you can see, oh gosh, Jeremy, I have your turbo cube dimension going, brother. I'm just wondering when you're going to get back to me. Sent you several emails, several videos. MIA. At any rate, I got this turbo cube, or not a turbo cube, but a regular cube dimension in. And I looked at the thing and I said, hey, Steve, I'll bet that cube dimension system never worked for you, right? He's like, yeah. Well, this motherboard's supposed to be there. This dimensions board's supposed to be there, and maybe there was something in the missing slot at some point, okay? But he'd been gathering dust, and he was nice enough to bring everything up. So I got it sorted out. I gave him a good price on everything. Okay, so Jason, let's see. I'm gathering all the stuff for your order, and as I go along, I'm finding just about everything we need. So I'm gathering that I can get this thing to work probably by switching boards. We'll do new caps. I can see there's a ton of dust in there. It's been in a garage or something for years. And I know Jason had just texted me at night. I got 8 packages out today with the help of Lori. She was over and was able to get them shipped. Got the new bidet installed, so I'll be checking that out here in a little bit. Exciting. get with the technology. Got bankers boxes going everywhere. Sungwon, I'm getting your order together over here. He's got a bunch of 2.0, 2.1 stuff going. And I'm just collecting Jason's stuff. He's ordered a bunch of things from me. And so I got your invoice here, actually. Somewhere I had it. But I've got the ADB cable, mouse. Going to send you 3 ADB keyboards. I know you're good at repairing stuff, and you'd ordered one. I think you might be able to get 2 good ones out of this stuff I'm sending you. And what has happened over time, the keys will get depressed like this. And you'll see like here. Often if you just pop that key up, there's a little grommet that goes over these switches, and it gets pressed in the wrong way. So I found by just taking the keycap off carefully and popping that grommet back out, it's like a little rubber, gives it a little bit of a bounce. You get it working again. I mean, these keyboards look to be in pretty good shape. You can see this one's missing a key, and they bashed in those keys, and that's probably because the thing's separated, I'm guessing. Yep. So, this has happened over 35 years. I got a bunch of them from Randy Rensock at Turbo Software, and he had kept them, stored in a kind of a barn area, packed 25 to a box, no bubble wrap or anything in between them, so I think that caused some of the damage over time. But they can be repairable, and they're probably the last NeXT non-ADB keyboards on the planet. So I've got the couple speakers here for you, and Brian Archer's sound card, and those 2 cables. And then the last thing I need, I think, are just the shells, the soundbox shells, and I'm going to venture down into the black hole in the basement, as well as those 25 floppies. But I'm not going to torture people with that. Also, I have your new old stock power supply and a really nice NeXT station case for you. So, it's probably not going to be the turbo color case, but I do have a mono turbo over there. Good thing I'm using my flashlight. As you can see, I've been organizing the crap out of everything here because I get tired of living in total chaos. So I'm starting to come up with really nicely organized boxes of all the software. Got optical discs. I've got floppy holders. So I'm not running around here like a chicken with my head cut off all the time. I really like these rolling cases here. And, yeah, so I think that's a pretty good video. Oh, and the cat genie over here, it's got an AI voice telling me there's a drainage issue about every 10 minutes. So I ordered the part, talked with them. This thing's like a cat toilet, right? I haven't had to deal with cat poo in 10 years. But every so now and then, shit goes haywire. And in this case, it's got a little arm that comes down to scoop the poop as this thing swirls. And apparently the arm's not going down far enough, and then it jams up, and there's water in it. And I'm like, the last thing you want your cat to step into is a cat box full of water. So I've got that ciphered. As I say, I haven't had to deal with cat crap for at least 15 years. These things work great. It's reusable granules, right? Somehow they mysteriously started going into the hopper a few years back. I think that's to increase their sales. Before they would just stay in the same place. Then they've got the Sandy solution. I just buy it. I tried some third-party stuff and some third-party granules, and it just got to be a catastrophe. So there you have it. This will be fixed in the next couple days so that that part of my world is back to normal. And because you get cat crap going out of control. I'm down to one cat, but when you had a couple of them, man, that thing, just not having to deal with it. If you own cats, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so what else came in? A nice cube case and a bunch of like random manuals and stuff. Stay tuned, more fun stuff to come from the black hole. And getting some color printers working, going through these shelves and getting stuff organized. I've got some RAM holders. Man, oh man, what else did I have? Oh yeah, so to throw more stuff into the equation, Lori, my housekeeper, let's bring all your cassette tapes that are in a box upstairs and throw that into the equation. So I'm going to have to go through and sort those. It's like, come on, man. But these banker's boxes are going to be able to store stuff like this, right? These random, like, external cases. They're nice and heavy duty and sturdy. So all this stuff that is all around the place, clutter everywhere. I've got 30 banker's boxes that are going to eat all this stuff up and, have it on shelves and organized. And I have someone to help me do it now. So it's going to be a lot less of a cluster F, to make it plain and simple. Like all these receipts under there can go into a banker's box. It's going to be wonderful. Stay tuned. More cool stuff to come from the black hole. Not that any of this is cool, but I'm sure that there are many of you out there that have workshops that look like this. And Bella, would you like to say goodbye? Hey? All right. Goodbye. Good night. Good night, Bella. There we have it.